In this video, we're going to talk about three main topics: nuclear stocks, uranium, and rare earth stocks. Why they're relevant, what they're doing, why it's so important to invest, and how they relate to the AI boom we are having right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining. Tamir is here, and I'm your host, Tamir, to bring you quality content so you can learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget that notification bell so that you don't miss anything.
I'm staying up, it's getting late. You're doing good, I'm doing great. Recognition, I'm on a mission.
Let's get right to it. I apologize first that I have a delay in this video. I meant for this video to come out about 2 weeks ago, and some of the names have already popped, but unfortunately, I'm just sitting at my new studio. I still don't have the audio and the video ready yet. I want to provide quality content with you at pristine levels. Everything's moving so fast today. News, technology, AI, robotics. Before you know it, we'll be driving flying cars. So I'd like to get everything out to you so you don't miss out on some great opportunities. So grab some popcorn or a snack and a pen and paper and get ready to jot down. This video is going to be jam-packed. I put this out to the Stocks with Josh community, the absolute best community out there for trading, techniques, tips, ideas, training, learning charts. There's so many teachers and great charters there. So definitely subscribe. Link in the description. You will not want to miss that. It is amazing. Live trading with everybody and being a part of a great team only makes you a more successful trader. Now, I put out to the community what they wanted to vote on. I had 4 options, and 2 of them were tied. One was the many ways to trade Tesla, which is going to be coming out soon, and the nuclear stocks and, the new rare earth metals craze. I'll tell you why it's so important to get involved in these names. Stick around for the end of the video because there's a lot of different things I'm going to add, and I don't think you're going to want to miss any of it. Now, before we get into the video, what I wanted to talk about for beginners and advanced traders is something called ETFs. They're called exchange-traded funds with an assortment of different companies that cover a certain sector. It could be all different parts. Sometimes in the nuclear sector, you got people that make nuclear reactors. You got people that drill for uranium. You got people that buy the uranium and hold it, deliver it, prepare it, power supplies, all different sides of the business that different companies might be doing different things. You might not want to know which ones to choose. ETFs are great because you're buying into the whole sector. The nuclear sector, I believe the ETFs are up about 20% this year. So it's a good way to get in, and you're not sure which company to go with or what move you want to make. I think that long-term ETFs are more secure than buying 1 or 2 names. Although you may hit it on the right name, you may pick the right move, and I'll tell you which plays I'm choosing and what I'm invested in. But you should stay informed and always make your own decisions so that you're happy with your portfolio. Here's a list of some nuclear ETFs, such as URA or NLR, that do things from uranium mining to broader nuclear value chains. So decide which ETFs you want to get in. You can look up what names are in there and what they do. And you might say, oh, I like that, and get involved. There's nothing wrong with that, buying an ETF and having a bunch of names in one bundle. Now, let's talk about the diversification of the nuclear sector. You got a few sides to it. You got uranium mining, companies that extract and process uranium, providing fuel. You have technology and construction, firms that design, build, engineer, and maintain these nuclear reactors and facilities. Years ago, I remember the word nuclear was very scary for many people. Chernobyl, nuclear, but now it's the future. You're not going to be powering any of this stuff on coal or solar power or windmills. Nobody's going to be riding their bicycle, powering your iPhone, and powering your nuclear reactor that's covering your AI or your grid. These things need tremendous power. Nuclear currently is the only option that's going to be able to provide this much power. The future is that until somebody else, some other new genius, Elon Musk, comes out and comes up with some kind of new technology. There are power production companies, there are support services in the nuclear, all different parts of the nuclear sector that you might want to get involved in. Here's a list of 15 nuclear companies from biggest to smallest. We're going to deep dive into only 3 companies on this list that I'm invested in that relate to AI and power. The first company is CEG, Constellation Energy. They are the largest nuclear power operator in the United States, and my favorite pick right now for the nuclear boom. There's also CEG and SMR. On that list of top names, those are the 3 that I had chosen now. I'll probably get into a few more, but those 3 are in for the following reasons. These 3 stocks, NuScale Power, SMR, Constellation Energy, CEG, and Cameco, CCJ, are key players in the nuclear energy sector. They're currently experiencing a renaissance driven by surging demand for reliable carbon-free power to fuel these AI data centers that need tremendous power and global electrification. As of October 2025, nuclear energy is projected to play a massive pivotal role in the future of our world over the next decade. 25 years ago, it was internet boom. And then you had all those companies. Now it's going to be the nuclear boom. And with nuclear comes uranium. And with all of that also comes rare earth stocks and rare earth minerals, which we'll get into as well. SMR focuses on innovative reactor technology. CEG operates the largest U.S. nuclear fleet with direct ties to all the tech giants. And CCJ dominates the uranium supply, essentially for fueling reactors. I'm going to deep dive into each of them, so take a look on the screen, and we're going to discuss them further. Let's start with NuScale Power, SMR, popular pick by a lot of people lately. NuScale Power develops small modular reactors, next generation technology for scalability and flexibility. Their flagship NuScale Power module, the NPM, is a light water reactor generating 77 MWEs per unit, allowing for module deployment at data centers, industrial sites, or remote areas. So very compact, can move it around. It was founded in 2007 in Oregon and went public in 2022 in a SPAC merger. So it's a very young company. It's not really producing much profits in relation to the AI and power. Their modular reactors are tailored for like high demand sites, AI data centers. They offer baseload power without carbon emissions. The high risks of this company are that they have high burn rates and unprofitability. Currently, they're actually not profitable as a company yet, but they are very successful in the partnerships they have made. They have tremendous volatility from uranium price swings and market sentiment, but their technology is unparalleled, and they have big opportunities with the global nuclear revival. It could make SMR a millionaire maker for those that invest. I think I had too much coffee today, so I'm going to slow things down just a little bit. Constellation Energy, my favorite, CEG. Constellation Energy, as mentioned before, is the U.S.'s largest nuclear operator with 31,676 MW capacity across nuclear, renewables, and gas. What does that mean? It means they cover roughly about 15 million plus customers, including 100 Fortune 100 firms, and they have tremendous power generations and sales. They have amazing carbon-free energy utilities for businesses and residences, strong profitability. I think their Q2 profits were a little over $6 billion. They are a powerhouse. Analysts project this to go even higher. Since I made this video, the stock's up $10. Or since I started writing the script for this video, the stock's up $10. I really wanted this to be very thorough, so I took my time to write a bunch of stuff so you guys can have all the information at your fingertips. In relation to AI and power, CEG powers AI directly. They have deals with Microsoft to restart nuclear power plants for data centers. They provide baseload for high compute needs. They cover resolutions for AI bottlenecks, shifting energy. Their nuclear fleet is tremendous. They are the biggest. They are the best. They right now have a major impact on the U.S. market with problems with China and all the things that are going on. They are the powerhouse, in my opinion, to beat. They're the number one spots. Their other companies could very well grow to their capacity. They already have a locking key on the industry. Risks are it's been overvaluated. They have some regulatory risks with plant restarts, exposure to energy prices, but bigger is often better in the business, just like the United Healthcare boom, where everybody thought it was going down, but some people thought it was too big to fail. I believe this has a similar thing, only they don't have any lawsuits against them, and the nuclear boom is just starting. So that's my number one pick. The third company in the list is Cameco, CCJ. Cameco is a leading uranium producer. Uranium is necessary for fuel. They operate in mining, in the fuel services, and via Westinghouse Nuclear Tech. Founded in 1987 in Canada, it supplies uranium to utilities worldwide, fueling 10% of global nuclear power. Pretty amazing. In relation to AI and power, uranium critical for nuclear expansion to meet AI data center needs. The fact that they supply 10% of the global nuclear power shows you that they work with all the tech giants and that they are going to be in the forefront of all this stuff. What are the risks? The risks are uranium volatility. right? And they have a tremendous supply. They have a tremendous geopolitical supply. So they are subject to geopolitical tensions and geopolitical moves. They have a very high growth breakout potential. The forecast for 2025 is huge. My final thoughts on nuclear are that SMR offers high upside because of their innovation and their technology, but they have execution risks. CG is stability. They have AI-linked operations. They offer the stability and the free. And CCJ is the commodity play. So with the supply chain leverage, all of them benefit from nuclear operations, AI tailwinds, but they're diversified based on different kinds of risk tolerance. CEG for reliability, SMR for growth, and CCJ for leverage to uranium prices. So I chose those three because I think they kind of work with each other. As always, you want to stay informed. You want to invest in stocks that you believe in, that you want to buy on your own, that you want to own. I want to own these three companies. There's a few more companies I want to own, but these are my top three. Now let's dabble a little bit on rare earth minerals. Been a lot of discussion with that lately. A lot of you saw the USAR boom, going from $16 or something like that to almost 40. Now it's scaling back. It's cooling off. I'm going to pop back into that name very soon. But what are rare earth minerals and what are they essential for? Well, they are essential for AI hardware. There are 17 main rare earth minerals. They're used in semiconductors, magnets, nuclear applications, reactor components, control rods, all these different things that are necessary require rare earth minerals. Companies like UUUU both produce uranium and rare earths. I own that company as well. I think it's a great pick. I owned it at the beginning of the year when it was really low and I got out of it, but I took profits and I didn't want to be subject to the first quarter drop. I should have gotten back in a little bit sooner. I was very keen on the rare earth minerals and the uranium plays, and I just took me too long to get back in. But I'm in now. These are the future techs that we're going to need. All of the rare earth minerals, so these rare earth stock companies are very, very important. We always need to check ourselves and our mindset to make sure that we are in control of our investments. We're not just following YouTube videos like me or somebody else, that we are really thinking about our investments, deciding on our own. That's why I'm doing a list of different names for you guys to look up. Look up extra names on your own. Get into ETFs if you're not sure what you want to get into. I personally like these names, and I like these combination of plays because uranium from producers like CCJ powers reactors, while rare earth minerals support advanced nuclear tech and AI chip production. This creates a feedback loop. AI growth demands nuclear power, which relies on uranium and rare earths, while AI hardware requires these same minerals, tightening supply chains, and boosting demand for these resources. Now, on to some extra content, an overview of rare earth stocks. What are rare earth stocks? What are these things? So, rare earth elements, known as REEs, are a group of 17 metals essential for technologies like electric vehicles use, wind turbines, smartphones that you use, and defense systems. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember when I had an iPhone a few years ago and the battery was dying within a few hours. And that's because the tech of power supplies wasn't moving as quickly as the tech for the phones were advancing. I don't know if it was a year or 2 years later, I can't remember. All of a sudden, my phone battery lasts the whole day. And that's the way tech works. Right now, AI tech has moved very fast, and the nuclear and rare earth needs to catch up with it. Currently, China dominates production. That's why you're seeing all these crazy swings. Over 60% of mining and over 90% of processing. Escalating US-China tensions and export restrictions in 2025 have boosted interest in non-Chinese suppliers. So a lot of these names like USAR and the ones I mentioned have gone up tremendously. It's going to make a surge in U.S. and allied rare earth stocks with as many as 10 to 15 to 20% up already in 2025. So there's a lot of speculation. I'm personally getting involved. Investors can gain exposure through individual stocks, or they can reduce their exposure by buying an ETF like VNEC Rare Earth Strategic Metals ETF, REMX. It tracks global producers and it's risen 20% year to date. So that's another tip if you wanted to get into an ETF for rare earth stocks. Now, here's a list of rare earth stocks. The ones that are bolded are the companies that I am invested in. So we got a whole list here. The ones that I'm in are MP Materials. They operate the only U.S. active REE mine. A tremendous company. It's risen a lot. I'm big in it. I like UUUU, as I mentioned before. They produce uranium, right? Fuel. They're great to play. And then you have USAR, a very popular player. You probably heard the name. They develop rounds mine in Texas, and they have a magnet facility in Oklahoma. They do some things that are going to be necessary for the U.S. government and for big tech giants. So in my opinion, they're a play that, even though they're not producing so much money right now, they're not a massively large company. They have tremendous high growth potential. And then you got a whole bunch of other names that are on this list. I want you to check them out on your own. I can't put every name in the video, but I'm going to try my best to deep dive into more stocks in the future. So to recap, I have invested in MP, UUUU, and USAR. I'm not going to make financial decisions for you. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I share my trades and my mistakes so you don't have to make the mistakes, and so you can get involved maybe in the same trades that have the upside potential that I feel are there. But I'm not a financial advisor. I share my insights of my investments. You got to be smart. You got to be diligent. You got to make your own decisions. This industry is moving so fast. It was already up so much since I made the video. I got everything set up enough so I can make this video. Thanks again for joining me. I hope this content was helpful and eye-opening, and I really hope you guys get involved and get on the next few booms that are coming out. I'll have that Tesla video out shortly. Please make great decisions. I urge you to join the Stocks with Josh Discord. A link in the description. Please join. If you join, I will happily give you a free session on me to train you, to get involved, to help you out. I'll guide you through the Discord. Just text me or shoot me an email to my email address below, tamirishere@gmail.com. Thank you for staying informed. Tamir is here so that you can learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them. I'll catch you in the next video, everybody. Have a great day.